From a venue that's been sold out since it opened back in 2002, there's a look at the home of the Patriots, Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the New England Patriots. As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. He'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. When you look at this Patriots defense, they currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. And he's up in it after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Here's Howard from the gun on third down. And that is incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
Here's Jones on the return. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Patriots take over, looking to put a drive together. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Ohio State. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. T.J. Watt, always a disruptor, there to blow that play up.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. On play action, May. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. That's complete. Demario Douglas with it. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good for a Patriots. Here's a first down.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Brings up second down. At the 44-yard line.
He finds Douglas complete. But he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes it's just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. Five.
To throw, it's May. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Patriots at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
On second down, here's the option.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
Crazy.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going deep for Diggs. And this throw will be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 40-yard line. So problems with aerial passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Now Howard, off play action. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but now it'll be 3rd down. We can look at this Patriots defense. They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
14. And the Steeler first down.
Now runs straight ahead with Warren. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Back to throw. Howard. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First down, Steelers.
Looking to throw. Howard. Looking for Austin. Intercepted. Picked off by Christian Gonzalez. And the Pats are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24. Here's May. Now he swung out wide here for Henderson. And we'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
5-yard gain on the play. That's good for a Patriots. First down.
From the gun again to Henderson. Well, that's a gain of 6 on the first down run. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd down.
Again, it's Henderson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. To the air, May. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Big strides, look at him go. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. N'Keal Harry, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Patriots post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Now Andres Borregales for the extra point.
And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots.
Makes the score Patriots 7, Steelers 7.
Now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown.
He goes 81 yards on the kickoff return. And the Steelers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Boswell good with the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
On the return, the Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because,
well, this is taken in. It's complete. Through the middle of the field. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Stephon Diggs. His second touchdown on the season. And the Patriots have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
14. Steelers 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond. Not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's
There's another one intercepted. Marcus Jones picks it.
And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
They have been struggling to put points on the board so far. While you don't want to lump it all on the rookie quarterback, he's definitely the root cause. And all rookies, they have those learning experiences in their first year. What they're hoping for is that he can learn on the fly, work through his struggles against his defense, and at the same time, still find a way to put them in a position to win.
Up the middle, here's Henderson. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 18-yard line.
They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Henderson going to run for it. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throwing out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A toss left side, Johnson.
And good work there in open space. He's got this all the way down now to the 32. 47 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
But partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Howard now from the gun on 3rd down. And that's incomplete.
That's what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, That may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride in the offense this go-around.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
We're going to throw. May. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field.
Throwing here is May.
He finds his man, complete. It's Douglas. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
That's another Patriots first down. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Crazy, crazy, crazy.
They'll throw with May.
He's got it complete to Diggs right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year.
And the Patriots go up by 2 touchdowns. The extra point now for Borregales.
It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Next to the score, Patriots 21, Steelers 7.
The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
The last series form a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. First and 10. Christian Gonzalez up to make the play.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. A handoff for Ward.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Now third down and 7.
And it's third down.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First down, Steelers.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So after the sack, here's second and 14. to throw. Howard.
They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin.
Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
And his throw is incomplete.
Well, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Second and 4. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
Crazy. I hear the threat.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And his kick is right there. It's good. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air, really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Crazy.
They'll set up to throw.
That is caught. And he will have a
Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want that victim to it themselves.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. They'll set up a throw. And this will be way too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
From the gun, it's made. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 37.
Patriots, first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
From the shotgun, May with it. And this is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Stephon Diggs with career touchdown number 75. And the Patriots are able to widen their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So into Pats territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 41. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
Well, it certainly appears that the big guys up front have taken charge of the line of scrimmage. 2 really nice plays back-to-back. But on the defensive side of the ball, there shouldn't be any despair. Okay, they've got us a couple of times here. Hang in there, keep your composure, and try and figure it out for the next play.
So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Looking to throw. Howard. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Robert Spillane. And the Patriots are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Crazy. 5.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Throw left left side complete. That's Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down.
The 41-yard line.
Crazy. Here goes that. Hey, what's that?
He'll look to throw. He'll swing this out to Henderson. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Hey, what's that? Five.
To throw, it's May. The left side caught by Dillons. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40.
That's good for our Patriots. First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Crazy. Five.
Here's May. They'll roll him out right. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
They'll look to throw again. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Crazy.
To the air, May. Under pressure, and they got to him again. There's your co-NFL record holder, T.J. Watt, doing what he does best, terrorizing quarterbacks. The Patriots send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Now Austin. Is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds.
And the Steelers first down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll look to throw here on first down. Man open downfield, it's Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down.
Oh, my goodness. Here's a 5th interception. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Pats are going to take over here up near the 40. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The offense on 3rd down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. He spots Henderson open left side. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 16 yards. And the Patriots first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Crazy! Crazy!
On the draw, this is Henderson. And now the rookie's free. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Trevion Henderson, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Pats look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
That completes it again to Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing him.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 22-yard scamper. And the Steelers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is down to 24. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is secured by the Patriots. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, had they given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down.
Out of the gun, they give to Henderson. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 33.
108 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Third and 2.
Come 19! Come 19!
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB.
That'll be swung out wide for Henderson.
And he will have the Patriots first down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
He finds Douglas complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Nothing like understanding where your escape patches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Borregales now for the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
45. Steelers 14.
The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately,
and now here's another interception. It's Monte Mapu. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
2nd and 7.
Hurt! Let's go!
They run the toss with Henderson. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Score again, yet another touchdown as they just added their totals.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on and get back to practice in the next couple of days.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. Operating for the gun, Howard. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Patriots are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
At the 47-yard line.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against them throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Come on. Hey. Lions.
Here's Dobbs to throw. That's to the veteran tight end, Austin Hooper. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
And incomplete here. So that will leave them with 16 on the clock.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL. It's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
19, Tiger, 19.
That one looks like he'll throw here. They'll find Henderson out of the backfield here. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 28. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. Dobbs is throwing. They'll check this down to Henderson out of the backfield. Now whistles and a timeout call here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. So 2nd and 4 from the 22.
Tag! Mustang Cougar 19. Ready?
From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. And it's incomplete. Well, still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for New England, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.